Hello, ladies. So we'll get started. I'm sure more people will trickle in as we get going. So super excited for tonight's call. We have the lovely Bailey chatting with us about Instagram. So I just figured, Instagram, as annoying as it is sometimes, it is such a huge part of what we do. And I know a lot of you, like not everyone even uses Facebook. So Instagram is definitely, I feel like, the platform we all use. And I just thought, why not learn all we can about Instagram stories and Instagram reels? So, yeah, that's really all I have to say. I will pass it right on over to Bailey. Oh, and Bailey, like, let us know too if, like, questions, if you would rather wait till the end. Some
Um,
people are, yeah, everyone's
yeah,
different.
I have like two. Can you guys hear me? Because
Oh,
usually my
can't hear,
internet is okay.
can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
Hear me?
I can't hear you. Hold on. Maybe it's me. Trish, you can hear her? Okay. What's going on? Oh, there we go. Okay. I had my sound off. Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Rude.
All
I
good.
have like issues with the internet though and my microphone, so bear with me. This computer is like older than me almost. I don't know how old it is. It's my husband.
Well, you sound good right now. So that's
So as far as question goes, there's like I'm gonna talk about stories first, and then we'll talk about reels. So if after I talk about stories, you have questions, just so that you don't like forget them, maybe we'll just pause for a minute. It shouldn't take long. The only thing is, I will ask. There's a couple like screen sharing things. I made a video of myself making a reel because that seemed to be like the easiest way to like show people. So like I have the video on my computer just to like show. So I'll have to be able to screen share. I don't know if that means you have to do
I think I will just double check that I have the setting turned on and then you should be good to share on your end.
something.
Are you waiting for me to do that right now?
Oh no, no,
Oh,
no.
okay. Um,
Okay, so like Jen sort of said, and stories and especially reels, they can be scary and so frustrating. I remember when I first started, well, before I started coaching, I like never shared, like, I didn't use my Instagram for anything other than sharing pictures of my kid, Benji, or dog stuff because I did run dog training and dog grooming, like business. I did stuff at home. And so I shared a ton, but I had like a separate Instagram account for the dog stuff. Like I have a business name and everything like that. Like I still have it. I just don't do it anymore because we moved and I was pregnant. So I stopped like doing that. But I was using stories and stuff on that account, but it mainly featured the dogs. Like I rarely showed my own face or like talked on it. Um, other than in like my Facebook group that I had, which seemed safer and more like I was more comfortable sharing on there. And so when I started coaching, I remember my workout videos were always sped up to the absolute max that like it could be because I didn't want people to like critique me. It really made me scared to share something like that. Like I'm not at my healthiest and like I felt so vulnerable already. And then to have someone like watching my body and like normal like speed working out and like doing these moves. Like I have no clue what I'm doing. So I would speed my videos up all the way. I would come on and talk and like have brain farts, like have to re-record things all the time because I never knew what to say. And I was always so worried about saying the wrong thing and having people like me. And like that was what I was always so focused on at the beginning. And then eventually you just sort of realize that as much as it would be nice to have every single person on the face of the planet like you, that's not how it works, right? You just have to be yourself, and if someone doesn't like that, block and delete because they are not your people. And as soon as I started showing up as myself, things like started happening. Like once I started actually slowing my videos down, taking the time to um, share a bit more about my life, and step outside of my comfort zone and like be real and sort of get vulnerable, then people started to connect with me. I remember when I posted my first video in like normal speed, I actually had like 10 people message me like, "Oh my god, like thank you for doing that because now I can see what you're doing. Before I couldn't see what you were doing." And that does make a difference. And like people are watching you. Even like I always share my Instagram stories to my Facebook stories, and I actually end up getting more people sign up from my Facebook from them watching my Facebook stories, not from them watching my Instagram, which is also like sort of weird because I don't use Facebook really other than like sharing what I post on Instagram. So I'm always surprised. Like people will message me and say, "Oh, I've been watching your stories, but I'm not friends with them on Instagram." So they've been watching my Facebook stories. Right now, actually, my Facebook stories have been getting way more like views and engagement than my Instagram ones do. Instagram doesn't like me right now. I actually think I might be shadow banned, but I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll get into this. So with Instagram stories, the key point to that in like your coaching business is because it allows for you to form connections with your followers that you already have. So you can like 10 times that relationship that you have with people that follow you so fast and so easy. And you can do this by using your like engagement stickers. So the polls, the question boxes, all those things. And then those stickers allow you to slide into their DMs in a completely non-salesy, like cringy way at all. You can send them a direct message and start these conversations, and it just opens up the door. And then next thing you know, you're talking about what you do. It's super, they are amazing for forming connections and taking that next step to being able to talk to people. If you're not using your stories, the chances of people you connecting with someone on like a DM level without it being like really authentic is slim. So the key with stories too is like you do have to show up consistent because people do watch stories a lot. And the way that Instagram works now, it used to be all chronological, right? Now it's not. And so if you're not watching other people's stories and engaging and using Instagram and all that stuff, so you end up way at the end of that red bar. So you also have to watch people's stories in order for people to like take like for Instagram to even show yours as well. It's just all messed up. But you want to show up consistently. And like I said, when I was like talking, you want to be authentic. So I personally now, like where I'm at now in this whole journey and how I use Instagram and like just social media in general, I show up as I am that day. If that day I don't get out of my house coat, I show up in my house coat, messy mom bun, don't care. There have been times where I have had like puke on me or food on my face or toilet paper in my hair or something like, well, not in my hair, but like on me for blowing my nose, something. And I look back, like just yesterday, I thought yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. And I went on and I talked about how it was St. Patrick's Day in my Instagram stories. If that had been me last year, I would have deleted those as soon as someone told me that I was wrong. But instead of deleting them, because that's life, we make mistakes. I made a mistake. I jumped the gun. I'm sorry. It was only it was only St. Patrick's Day in Newfoundland and Labrador. So I just came back on my stories. It's like, guys, I'm sorry. I got a little excited. Whatever. I had more people message me about that being like, oh my God, that is amazing. Thank you for coming on here and like not being all like, oh my God, and deleting it and being real and saying that you made a mistake. People want to see that. They don't want to see a picture perfect like life. They want to see someone real that makes mistakes and can laugh it off after, right? So I show up as I am, however that day is, however that day is going. If my kids scream in the background when I'm trying to make a video, you're gonna hear that. That's just how it is. That's my life, and that's what Stories is made for. It's for you to showcase your life more, showcase what things are like behind the scenes of your curated posts and whatnot, right? So I have some notes here. One sec. I lost my place because I ramble way too much. And okay, so yeah, I don't buy into that like whole thing where you have to be put together in order to like have good stories that are going to sell. I do not buy into that. When I did last year, I did a Alex Beaton's Double Down in Your DMs challenge, and that was like pivotal. I love that challenge. It was amazing. I did not agree with everything that she said though, and that was one of the things that she said. She said that you need to get a ring light if your lighting's off, which in some senses, like, yeah, if it's really dark and you're trying to like talk to people, it's super distracting. And just she said, like, if you aren't wearing makeup that day, use a filter. And I did not agree with that because that's not who I am. And I don't think that's what we're selling either. Like, we are trying to help people on a fitness journey. It has nothing to do with the way that we look um, in that sense. You know what I mean? You want to be real with people. Anyway, I don't think that's crucial. And I do not think that having a ring light, as I use my ring light right now to better my lighting for this video, is crucial. I only got a ring light at Christmas and then that one broke and I just got a new one for my birthday like on the weekend. Before I had a ring light, so I just use a window. Just walk up to a window if you need better lighting, walk up to a window, film that way. It works amazing. And yeah, just show up as you are. And like I said, if you offend someone by being you, that is like whatever, block and delete for real, block and delete. I use that button all the time. I never engage in like negativity in conversations like that because they are not worth it. Those people are not your people, and you are looking to connect with people, with your prospective challengers, people that want to join you, that you want in your tribe, not people that are negative and want to judge you. That was I'm talking a lot about judging because that was like my biggest fear when it came to stories. I was so afraid to use them to like their full potential for so long because I was so afraid of people judging me like that. So, and I assume that I'm not the only one that has that fear. So I'm just telling you, be yourself, never apologize for who you are, and don't take anyone else's opinion. Okay, I get asked a lot though, yeah, TV, that's a great one. That one works great too. I get asked a lot the apps I use. Not as much now. When Jen asked me to do this, I realized that I've been like really slacking. Like in the summer, my stories were fire. Like I had great stories. I was taking the time. I was making them like they were so different, never the same, like any day. Like nothing was boring like at all. Now I'm like gotten boring. Okay, guys. I have to like step up my story game now. But I usually try when I switch a program, I try to switch the way I film my workouts. I always film my workout on my phone. I know it takes up space, and I film my whole workouts because I like to have the content so I can go back for like, say I decide to do like a program again. I have like video footage that I can turn into IGTVs or like posts as well to like compare because I find those do really well for me. I've done a couple of them. I've done some IGTVs and reels, and they actually do really great to have like a then versus now kind of thing. So I like to film my videos so I have that footage that I can save later. And I use Google Photos and I just save it all in there. And you can like take it off your phone if it takes up too much space. But when I had an iPhone, I was obsessed with the app Splice. And if you have an iPhone and you do not have that app yet, I really, really recommend it because you need it. It is the best app. You can voice over so easy. You can it's amazing because you easily can trim, like pick out little pieces of your video. So like 5-second pieces here or there, 10-second, however long you want. And you can like put them all together. You can change the speed of things. You can change it from like 1 to 10. It's Splice. I'll put it in the chat. And it is amazing. And you also, though, it has other features where, so if any of you, I don't know, Megan Yulson or however you pronounce her last name, she's like one of my favorite like coaches. So I follow her, but she uses that app a lot. And there's like different like they're not filters, but they're like styles of editing that like it will like edit for you kind of thing. So there's some kind of like AI technology and it will sort of edit for you. And I love being able to use that because it like there's one, the Ken Burns one is my favorite, and it can like zoom up and back on like different parts of your body as you're working out and stuff. It's really cool. It gives it like just gives your workout videos an extra like instead of it being the same like just stand still, this is me working out kind of thing, right? It just makes it less boring, which is something you really have to think about when you're doing your stories. Like it's great that we showcase our routines and like every day we're getting up and we're doing this and we're doing this and we're doing this and we're being proof of these products and them working. But at the same time, people don't want to come on to Instagram and see you doing the same thing every single time. That's when they'll like swipe away from your stories and just continue on, right? You want to add a bit more flair, a bit extra into it, add something a bit more exciting, right? And I'm a little extra on top of it also. But I also like to use Canva. So when I did the prep, I did my Instagram stories and I used one of the grid templates on Canva. So I had like 6 grids and I would put my story, my videos in the grid. So I had like 6 different videos playing at one time on like one story, and people were obsessed with that. My inbox was like had at least 3 people message me every single day being like, oh my God, how are you doing this? And I was like giving people tutorials on how to like make those videos like almost weekly. It was actually funny. I ended up just filming like a tutorial and would send it off to people. It was great. And like some of them weren't even coaches, and it like opened the door to like talk to people. And I got like 3 signups from people just from them being like, oh my God, how are you making those videos? Those are so cool. So there's Canva. And then if you don't have an iPhone, you can't use Splice. So this has been my biggest issue. I switched to Android a few months ago. So it's been difficult, but I have found 2 apps for Android phones. One is called VivaCut, but I buy the like full version because I like to have the extra features. It's only like $2.99 or something like that. And I think it's worth it for what I use it for. And I use it for a lot of things. I also use it for my reels. A lot of them I don't add words in Instagram because it's too glitchy. So I will use the text and different features that it has there. And also Quick. So Quick is legit quick. You pick out different pieces from your workout, and once again, it's like some like AI kind of technology, and it will make the video for you. Like there's no extra, and you are very limited on how you can edit its creation. So like you don't really have that much control over what the video looks like. But if you're trying to save time, it's really great and fast. But yeah, and if any of you have like you want me to let you know these apps again, just message me. I'm always there to like answer. So the general rule of stories is you want to have at least 10 stories a day spaced out over that day. And if you are not following Brock Johnson on Instagram yet, you should, because this is where like I learn everything about stories pretty much, and a lot about reels. He is amazing. He is constantly throwing out free tips and tricks and content like every day, multiple times a day. And he does lives all the time. He is great for like a free resource. And I know that 10, if you're not already doing Instagram stories, I know that saying like 10 stories a day can sound like crazy, but it's really not that. It's not that scary. I average like 40 stories a day. I was looking. And when I say stories a day, I don't mean like 40 videos of you talking. It's like boomerangs, pictures, like whatever, little snaps, sharing something. Sharing content is great too because it allows you to connect. And yeah. And technically, you don't really ever have to show your face, but you should, because that it's so much easier for people to connect with a face compared to like text, right? And just pictures. But if you're still not comfortable putting your face on your Instagram stories, one of the things I would suggest is at least trying to create a voiceover, which if you use any like you use any kind of app, it doesn't matter, any like video editing app in your phone, and then you use your voice recording like app on your phone, it will save and you can add those onto your pictures, you can add it onto your videos, anything like that. Because it allows people to like sort of connect with you then a little bit more than just pictures, right? And those are great for taking people like behind the scenes kind of thing. So like showcasing your life without really having to show your face ever, is adding voice to your videos or text. I can show you an example of that. If I can get this to work. Okay, where are we? I can never like remember how this works. Okay. Cool. And then I turn to the back of the book and I write in my book approved. Here's where I write down my accomplishments from the day. So for me today, I'm already feeling accomplished because my engagement. So first things first, I review my goal. So did that work? How the hell do I stop this now? There we go. So that was just super simple. That was part of the like double down in your DMs challenge with Alex Beeden that I did. And we were asked to like show what a day in your job looks like. And that I just filmed with my on stories. I took a video, sped up the one part, and just added voiceover to it. And it was very simple and effective. I had a lot of people ask me about that planner, and a lot of people just like in my DMs asking questions and stuff like that throughout the day. So, and it was way more effective than just taking a picture of my planner, being like, this is my planner, this is what I do. Okay. So talking about like the double down in your DMs thing, I lost my notes, one sec. So that was great. And Alex Beeden is great. She's another person, if you struggle with stories, I would definitely try following her on Instagram. I will tell you though, however, she talks a lot about her project storyline and stuff like that. I joined that after I did the double down in your DMs challenge, and I didn't think it was really worth the money. I felt less authentic trying to use her prompts every day. And I felt that just the knowledge and the resources I gained from just the challenge was good enough for me, but that's just my opinion. But one of the things that she recommends doing is what she calls these like rinse and repeat stories. So they're templates, and they're for like your selling story. So when you're talking about your challenge groups or your products and stuff like that, trying to get people to join you, these are the kind of stories that you would make, and they are great. I have to like revamp mine. I have used them before. I used them in the summertime. They're great for days where you might be busy or you just feel blah, like you really don't want to talk. So you pre-film them and you like write an outline, whatever you have to do, but you pre-film them and you save them to your phone so that you can use them again and again, and you keep them general enough so that you can do that. So a couple like examples of what these are, and I have like a PDF from that time, and with the her like templates if anyone is ever interested. I know technically I don't think I'm supposed to like share it with people, but I'm gonna share it with you. It was like a free resource. Why the hell wouldn't I share it with people? But one of my favorite ones from it, sorry, I just gotta find it, is so talking about like misconceptions versus truth. So you're leading up to getting people to like sign up with you, and you're like, hey, so you name like a truth that backs up how important like your offer is, and you use the full feature. So you would be like, true or false, working out at home doesn't work and stuff like that. And then you go in a couple, like you can wait a couple minutes before you post your story to allow people to like vote. And then you would tell them the truth that working out at home works. And these are all pre-recorded, like I said, super simple, easy to do. And I find them even like less like nerve-wracking because I'm doing it at my own time. Like I'm not trying to like film a story like right then. You can take a couple breathers, but that's another thing with stories. You can always like refilm many times as you need to. Sometimes it takes me like 12 takes because my kids don't ever stop screaming. But yeah, that's pretty much stories. I'm not really sure what else. Like you just do you. Like you have to show up on your stories. Like that's it. Just show up on them and show up as you. And that's like all you can do. I share a lot of my kids. I share a lot about my kids and how they never sleep. That's a lot. I got animals. I share them sometimes. Actually, a lot too. And I just talk about random things because that's how my brain works and that's how I am in real life. If I was like in a room with you in real life, I would just randomly blurt out like random things. And so that's what I do on my stories. I just treat it like I'm talking to someone else and I'm hanging out with you guys all the time. Okay, any questions about stories? So with Reels, does anyone not have the feature yet? Because there are people that can't even make Reels yet. Like I've seen on Instagram that not everyone has that feature. Can you Sorry, my dog keeps trying to, every time I try and do a team call, my dog won't stop humping like things. So I have to yell at him to stop humping. So everyone has Reels? That's good. Okay, I'm going to start off the bat saying, as far as Reels go and stuff like that, if you are not in the Facebook community, the social butterfly, get in it because everything I've learned about Reels has come from Michelle. Like she is amazing. I love that community so much. I'm in it all the time. I love it. It is one of the best places for like asking questions and getting them answered. And like, because Instagram and Reels, especially right now, is so glitchy. And I'm always like wondering, okay, is this happening to other people? And it's just sometimes nice to know that it's not just you. That's actually so cool. I love her. I really want to meet her in real life. I talk to her like daily in my like DMs. So get yourself a favor, get in there, okay? Because she is amazing. The whole community is amazing. Like everyone in there is amazing. And she has an amazing live that she did that you can go back and watch in there. It's called Reels Uncovered. There's just tons of resources. So where stories are great for connecting with the people that already follow you, they really don't do anything to gain you followers. They're great for creating stronger relationships with those followers you have and hopefully turning them into customers, right? So Reels is where all the growth and expanding is right now. Instagram is pushing Reels so hard, it's ridiculous. I did a test like back like a month or whatever, 2 months back. I think it was in December. And I actually took the time because usually I do not have the time to like spend 20 to 15 minutes after I post something. Like most of the time I post something on the fly, and if it's like a picture, I'm using like a third-party scheduling app because I just don't always have my phone on me. I don't always have the time to like be on Instagram every like at those certain times of the day. But I actually sat down and I took the time. So I posted my reel, and right after I went into like the reel section and watched and Toby, can you please stop? Get out. Get out. I took the time to like can like actually like comment, like real comments, like really engaging with other people's reels. And I ended up with like over 5,000 views in less than an hour on that reel. It was crazy. So if you really want to up your engagement, listen to what people are telling you about how once you post something, you have to spend 15 to 20 minutes engaging and like full on engaging, like actually writing a sentence or more of real, like not just sharing emojis on other people's comments and like other people's videos, but actually like connecting and engaging real shit with people's stuff. It was crazy. I wish I had time to do that all the time. It would be amazing, but I don't. I do not have the time to do that all the time. So my like real views are very up and down. But it's okay, because even if you're just using that like function, you're going to be seen more than people that aren't using the function. And really, to me too, I even don't have my account on creator business account, because for a while there I was getting like depressed because I was like struggling with my engagement. It was used to be so good, and then it like started dropping, and I just had to like stop having insights because I was so obsessed with them. And I'm so much happier now not having it and just like doing whatever the hell I want, not caring about my views or my likes or whatever. But so when it comes to reels, again, they're different than stories. So with stories, you know, you want to be a bit more like real and vulnerable. Like you want to show your life a bit more. Whereas when you're creating your reels, you want to try and do one of four things. So you want to try and solve a problem, educate people, entertain, or inspire. So sometimes it's hard to come up with things off the top of your head, and that's just like life. I'm not an overly creative person. So I do actually watch a lot of reels. I just don't watch them when I post. Usually I watch them in bed when the kids are asleep, and that's not when I like post to my Instagram. So I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot. Anyway, I get most of my inspiration from watching other people's reels. Like I actually, when Instagram got reels, I got rid of TikTok. I was like, hey, I know, because I knew what was coming. I knew that Instagram was going to be pushing reels. They want you in there watching other people's reels. They want you making reels. Reels. That's all it is. So I got rid of TikTok, which is what I was wasting majority of my time on, and I swapped it for just reels. It's just pretty much the exact same shit I watch on TikTok. It just, you know, I may have gotten into like the crazy paranormal witch talk, and like that's missing on Instagram reels, but I'll survive. Okay, you know, it's a bit less like it's more PG. Or maybe I just haven't got to the like less PG, the witch talk of reels yet. Maybe I'm just not there yet. I don't know. I'll keep looking. But I get most of my inspiration from watching other people's reels. The point is, though, you have to know when you're taking inspiration or just stealing other people's content completely, because that's not good. You can't just like straight up steal other people's stuff. So you can watch other people's stuff, see maybe like they've used the sound that you like, but you can turn it into something else, make it relate to your coaching business in some way, right? And you know, you want to make it your own, because you also want to continue to be authentic. And I think that with Instagram reels, and I've seen a lot of people like a lot of other kind of like influence, like network marketing people that I follow and can have connected with over the course of like this journey, that have, you know, they sort of like seem to have lost themselves because they're so caught up with creating hot, like trendy content, and now like they've lost like who they might have been before, like what made them them, because they're just doing what everyone else is. And you don't want to do that. Like, yeah, you can go and use that sound that everyone else is using that like got that one person viral, but the chances of it now making you viral are slim to none, right? Because it's already being done, and it's already being done 1,000 times over. So you want to take what's being done and you can use that sound or something, but make it your own, right? And like there are great sounds, there's great trends, but you got to make it your own. And yeah, so some ideas for reels, because that's where I struggle the most, is just like coming up with a new idea. And Instagram wants you to at least post like 4 to 7 reels a day. That's what they're telling influencers now, that they want you. So okay, Instagram like reached out to Business Insider and a bunch of like top influencers on Instagram and gave them like a rundown of what they're recommended to do for engagement and the algorithm for Instagram. And one of the things is that they said you should be making 4 to 7 reels a week. Sorry, not a day, a week, but only posting 3 to, I think it was 3 to 4 posts, which could include IGTV's reels and like pictures. So if you are going to make 4 to 7 reels, some of those you're going to not share to your feed type thing. That's what they're saying. Anyway, so some ideas though for reels. So you can take, pick your top 3, like whatever. So top 3 pump up songs that you listen to get you ready and motivated to work out, right? You can do like a skit. I don't know. That's hard for me. I don't do those. 3 biggest myths. So hit the 3 biggest misconceptions that are surrounding Beachbody or coaching or at-home workouts, right? Do's and don'ts. So like don't not eat, and do eat. Starving yourself is not a good idea. Does not help you get results. There's so many of those, but you can totally make those your own. Before and afters, like I said, some of my best ones have been before and after shots. And they are super easy to make and super effective. Dance. I dance every single day. If I don't have a dance somewhere on my feed, whether it's in my stories or my reels, people message me instantly. They're like, "Where's my dance, Bailey? Like, I can't move on with my day. Your dances get me through the day." You can do a dance. It's easy. You can speed it up too. I have a video that will go through like how to create a reel, and that helps you feel a little less dorky if you need it. I know I like to use the speed up thing because it makes me feel less dorky. You can sing if that's your thing, or you can lip sync. I like to lip sync. I have fooled people before with my lip syncing abilities. So yeah, lip syncing is fun. You can do the point out words thing. Some people are saying don't do that, but I still think it's effective, and lots of people are still doing it. So I don't know. You can choose. You can screen record a tutorial, but you have to make sure that it's within the 15 to 30-second time frame. You don't want to try and like screen record a tutorial and have it like have to be in 2 parts. And by a tutorial, I think you could do a screen recording of how you would post in your challenge group, or how easy it is to track your food, how easy it is to log your workouts, that kind of thing, to show people how easy the app is to use and how great a tool it is to have, how great of a resource. Be like how-tos, how you make your shake. Recipes are great, and those are great options for if you're still not comfortable putting your face on the camera and talking, right? Having like a recipe or a how-to kind of video, those are great for not showing your face if you're not comfortable yet, but still very effective. You can do like a powerful story. I love to share tips. That's like my main thing. Inspirational mindset kind of tips. I love doing that. Those I find come easy to me. I like that kind of stuff. So that's where my reels tend to turn to. Or you can like do product reviews too. Maybe you were someone that used to drink a different kind of shake before you like signed up with Beachbody, and now you drink Shakeology. You can talk about the comparisons, compare that. Or maybe you used to use a different pre-workout. Maybe you were someone that tried It Works or Weight Watchers before you started Beachbody, and you can talk about how that is different from this, how your results are different from then, and stuff like that, right? So there is tons of ideas. It just is finding one, right? And I know, like I said, watch other people's things. I sometimes have seen sounds where I've used sounds and it's been like a completely different direction. And like I said too, they are still very impactful, your reels, regardless of if you show your face. Like some small businesses have completely just like taken off just from TikTok or reels, and all it is them like packaging their product, or like showing you how they make their product, right? So you can like do those kind of things and it still make an impact. And just Instagram is so glitchy, especially with reels right now, like so glitchy. So you just want to take things slow, and don't try not to get like overly frustrated, and always save to your phone. Always save to your phone, and save to your phone in processes. So I'm going to share the screen again here, and I'll show you just like a little video of making a reel. Okay, in reel. The first step, you have your timer. That's it. It's going to be 30 seconds, 15-second video. That's all. You have time to have. Next, you make fun. So here, and the thing with Instagram is that certain features not everyone has. Like there are some people out there that don't even have reels yet, but this is a newer thing. So it'll show you trending sounds and music. But this is new. I just got this last week. So this is just like sound bites and stuff. And then you can also go into save music, which you're able to save music from when you watch other people's reels and stuff like that. Yeah, I tried to. I don't know. So we'll say we'll do this one. You can pick like your. Oh God, now it doesn't want to play. Oh shit. And Instagram has little tabs that will mark popular start points. Can you guys not hear it? Like, hear me talk? So I can freaking talk over it.
I can hear you. It was just really quiet. Like
I think it's just because I was talking really quiet. Like I have it turned up all the way.
Okay.
If you have questions after, just ask them. So those tabs, they mark popular parts of the song, so you can like see what like that's just what I was talking about there. That's what they're for. And then this here allows you to adjust the time, so you can go 1x, which is normal, or 2x, which is a little bit faster, 3x, which is a little bit more faster, or half speed is. If you are wanting to do transitions, it is easiest to start doing your transitions out using 2x or 3x speed, and it makes your transition flawless. As a filters, go through your filters, and a cool thing to do with filters is you go all the way to the end, you can browse. So if you have like a certain idea in your mind for a reel, I do suggest to go through the filters first and find the filter, because sometimes it's glitchy and it doesn't always save right away when you're trying to make the reel. So do that ahead of time. And then you have your timer. So you can put your timer, say, go cut up the video, and okay, go, 3 seconds. And you can then, when you have your clip, you can go back. I bet your clip, you can trim it, here is where you can add text. So that's the part where you can add all your like text. I don't know if you can hear it over the video. It happens all the time. I have major issues with okay, yes. Now we'll come on here now. I have major issues every single time I try and add text within Reels to my videos. I will save my videos after I add the text to my phone and it shows up completely normal. But then the instant I like upload it to Instagram, it is like unreadable or like totally off in like the random like place or like stretched out weird. So that's why always save your videos before you post them actually to your camera roll instead of just like saving drafts because it won't be there once you post it. And when it does things like that, I delete it and then repost the like normal one. Okay, so any questions on that? Could you hear?
I have two questions. One, how did you make that video? I don't know how to voice over or anything like that. Like I have no clue, but that was a cool video. I'm like, how is she doing this?
I screen recorded myself. So I just clicked, like I have an app that screen records my phone. And so I went into Instagram, but that's why the music didn't play in the one part was because it like registered that I was screen recording and it won't let you like, Instagram can tell when you try and do that. So you can't like screen record other people's reels. I tried one time and it doesn't work. Because I wanted the sound. I wanted to be able to extract the sound from their reel to like use. But yeah, so I just screen recorded my phone and like made a reel. That's all.
That's cool.
Yeah.
My next question, like I know the basics of Reels, but the one feature I don't use because I don't get it is the align thing. Like,
oh my God, yeah. So I forgot to talk about Align there because I only made the one clip. So when you go in here, one sec. I think I don't even have any drafts right now, or I would show you. I'm all out of ideas. So when the align feature, I use it all the time. So like in my video that I made today, my dancing one, at one point I have my drink in my hand and I like go down and then I come back up and I have no drink in my hand. And that's not because I put it on the ground. It's because I like stopped recording there. And so the align feature, what it does is it's like a shadow, like a ghost. It's like, so it takes like the last frame, like the image from the last frame of the video clip that you just took, and it has it on the screen so you can line yourself up to like be in perfect position with where you were when the last clip stopped to start your next clip. So like say you're trying to like make a transition. So say this is like my energized container, you like filming and you're like, yeah. And then you stop. And then so for your next clip, you want your hand to be like in the same spot. So you would use a line and line up your hand and your body and then click play and you just carry on. So it just helps with your transitions to make them even more flawless. So you're not having to guess like where you stood before you stopped.
Nope.
I always think the best transition to do is like turning. So like it's always like my back, and I'm like, hey, I can't even use the Align because I don't have eyes in the back of my head. How am I supposed to see this?
Okay. Is what I thought. I don't know. I don't do a lot of transitions. Maybe that's why I don't use it that much. But I want to make sure that's what it was for.
Yeah, that is what it's for. And sometimes it's hard to see. And sometimes, so if you trim your video, like your clip, before you like try to make the other clip and use Align, it sometimes doesn't line up. It sometimes glitches and won't like take the shot from like where you trimmed. So like if you say like you're making a transition and you try and like you're like moving your hand or something, but you go too fast, so then you're like you have to trim to like the spot where you were like here or whatever. So when you trim it, when you align, it will align from this position instead of where you trimmed it to. So that's like the only thing to watch for, if that makes sense.
It did. Thank you.
But reels, like honest to goodness, if you really want to make Instagram, like you want to use Instagram for your business, you really should be starting to use reels at least like once a week, getting in that corner of Instagram, because Instagram likes when you're in every corner. If you are making lives at least once a week, like doing IGTVs, reels, posts, all that kind of stuff. And the longer your reel is, the better, because Instagram wants people on there. They want people on Instagram for as long as they can be on Instagram. So the longer your reel is, the better your return is on it, I guess is what you could say. And another thing that's different between reels and stories. So with your stories, those are already your followers, right? Like they're there. They sort of know you enough that they followed you. And that's why I think that it doesn't really matter, again, like it's not so much about how you look when you're like creating your stories. Like the lighting's not 100% whatever, as long as they can still see your face. If you look like a homeless bum, like I do most days, whatever, right? Those people signed up for it. They can unfollow me. But with your reels, Instagram has sort of made up their own rules about how they want reels to be. So you sort of need to have good lighting or they're not going to get played. No watermarks, no borders, no text covering like majority of the screen. So I actually tested that one out, the text one, because I love putting text. If like I connect with a lot of moms, and I know from my experience and then the experience of a lot of people I talk to that they never watch anything with sound. If it's not captioned, I'm not watching it and I'm not getting the information at all. So I add text to everything, even if it's not just like if it's a video I've done voiceover on, I still add text. And then I add text in the caption box as well, because then no one's going to miss the message I'm putting out, right? So Instagram created this is like happened a couple weeks ago, I think, where they've come up with like what they want the reels to be like. We all know about the TikTok watermark. That's no more. If you have that, it's not getting put out to other people like on hashtags. Like your followers will see it, but it doesn't get pushed out past that. And it's the same for like text covering like the video. So I had never had problems with that before. Like I've had some videos that did pretty well and they have like text over like the whole thing, like because the text is like the main part I want people to pay attention to, right? Like me dancing in the background is just like extra attention, but it's really the text that's what matters. So I tried this a couple like last week or whatever, and nothing. Not like, it was one of my worst reels I've done so far. And I still had but like as far as views, like as far as like plays and views and reach, like kind of thing go, but my followers loved it. So that's why I can tell that it actually, like, they've blocked it, because if your followers are engaging with the post, then it gets pushed out to more people to see, right? So if I had like 40, 50 people liking that of just my followers, it should have been pushed out more, and it wasn't. You have to watch. Their Instagram has like all these stupid rules, and I just like can't keep up with any of them anymore. And I don't care. I'm gonna continue to put text on my videos, and other people can share them, and that's how they'll get seen, I guess. I don't know, but I think it's important to have text on.
Can I ask a question then regarding that? Sorry. I had a phone call, so I hope you didn't talk about it. And sorry, that was rude. So with text, my thing is like you put your cat right there, right? And that was through the whole thing. So yesterday I was playing around with TikTok, Reels, trying to understand it all. How do you have text like in one part and then not like throughout the whole thing? I was like, I'm gonna ask my friend's kids. Like I didn't understand how to do that.
So I have to 1 second. I know I totally like blanked on talking about that because I have had so many people, like I've had to walk so many people through that before. So I'll just like film 1 second. Because I'm the kind of person that like learns, like I have to like see someone do it. Like I can't I'm not very good at like visual like having someone tell me like instructions. I have to like be a hands-on or visual kind of person. So there's this little white, see how it's like white? So you pull the corner of the text bar to where you want it to go. And then you can do it the same from this side. And then unclick, and then you'll see. So it's one word, then it will switch eventually. Nothing, another one. So it's just the white bar. And if you tap on, you can tap on the words as well.
I will try that. Thank you.
That's when things will get really glitchy on you. The more words you add, the glitchier it gets, believe me. Instagram like will shut down. It will be like, nope. So don't try to add more than like 6 words, like or different like sections of words, because it will hate you for that.
Yeah, I actually ended up trying to do that cardio flow workout reel. So trying to do like 10 different words to explain the 10 different moves. And I don't know how many times I had to try and do it again, because then Instagram would just be like, no, bye.
Yeah, just like glitches out. It's like, I can't
fathom 10 clips and then 10 different words.
I do a lot of the time. I don't use like the Instagram. I'll take it into a third-party app and add text that way instead, because it's actually less frustrating and usually takes less time because I have to redo things over and over and over. And I find too that it's really hard to once you start adding words, it's hard to like line things up. Like if you have to make changes to one, it like moves it all around and it just is so frustrating. Hopefully, like, but it's all because it's still new, right? Like those kind of things will get like ironed out as time goes on, so it won't be glitchy forever.
So Jen, I just saw your question about music.
Oh, sorry.
Do you like, for me, if I just pick a song, it just plays. So I don't know. Maybe Bailey, you know what she means. I don't know.
I try to post a reel like of like the foam rolling, and it only played music in the first half of the video, and then the second half was like no music. I didn't know if I did something wrong or.
I don't know. Did you share it to like your reels or did you share it to your stories? Either way, yeah, that is weird. I'm not sure. Sometimes what I have noticed though is that if you say like you accidentally hit the like 30 button, but like a sound, like I'm not using like music, I'm using like someone else's sound, and the sound is only like 12. It's like it's okay, say it's like 20 seconds. So I've hit the 30 button and I don't like cut it off before the 20 like seconds before the sound actually ends, it will continue to like record and then there's no sound. And I'm just like, wait, what is going on here? Like there have been so many videos I've taken like that because I forget and they're like hilarious. I should just make a blooper reel of all my reels and like I should start saving those because that would be hilarious in the long run. That would be payoff.
But yeah, Jen,
But maybe it was something like that happened, but I just know like everyone is having issues. There are features that some people have. Like at one point, I had that voiceover feature where you could add a voiceover right from your like reels in reels. I had it for like a week and then it was gone. And I was so pissed because I love voiceovers.
I don't think I ever had that. And I know Naomi, she doesn't have reels still. I feel so bad. But yeah, it's weird. Instagram's just so glitchy.
And then it depends too on what kind of account you have. If you have a business account, you can't use the music. You can't use Instagram music because everything that you're, according to them, everything that you're putting out there is like an ad, and you're not allowed to use other people's music for your personal like gain. But if you have a creator account, you can use the music part.
Yeah, and my Instagram won't let me save any videos. Like I don't have that option. Like save a video to my camera roll. It won't let me.
Oh, like it won't let you save your own videos or other people's?
You know how you make it and then you save it just in case it loses it. Like I used to have the save option, and then like 2 weeks ago, Instagram just let it disappear. So now I have to like screen capture my videos and then crop them to secure it before I post it because I'm terrified to lose it.
Yeah, I would cry. Like legit, yeah. I one time batched out like a bunch of like content. And that's something I also recommend. Like if you have a day where you are feeling like fly, like you get dressed, you're like, man, I feel bomb. I'm having a great day today, motivated. And then your kids also decide to nap at the same time, batch out the content. Like I'm saying you make 7 reels, right? Bang, one after the other. Just change your hair a bit, change your shirt, take your pants off, whatever you have to do. Make those reels, guys. Obviously, you're wearing like a sweater dress or something. No pants. Maybe pull your pants up. I did a reel where I'm like pulling my pants up, and that one like got quite good hit. You never know. But yeah, like batch your content. But one time I forgot to save them all, and then Instagram glitched so bad that I had to like get rid of the app and reload it, and I lost all of my stuff, and I was so mad. I can't go in and see anything I've saved anymore. Like I can see my saved sounds, but I'm like I've like saved so many videos and posts that I can't go in and like see what I've saved. And that's another thing you can do when you're watching other people's reels. You can save the sounds like to your music or whatever the hell you would call it. No. But yeah.
You guys have any other questions for Miss Bailey? Mrs. again? I literally looked up today. What's the difference between Miss, MISS, and MS? I didn't know that. One's just you're younger, so I don't fall into Miss.
One's you're married and one's you're not.
Well, no, like the MS, they said it's if you're and you don't have a marital status or something.
That's if you're old.
You're married. And then MISS is if you're under 30 and not married.
Under 30. See, I didn't know what the age cutoff was, but now I know.
So MS.
I don't think I really was ever MISS because I got married so young.
There you go. So you never had to think about it.
Never had to think about it. I've been a missus for way too long now.
That's awesome. Well, Bailey, thank you.
Welcome, guys. Thank you for listening to me talk. I know I ramble and I talk really fast,
No, you forget.
That's good.
And just because I've done this now doesn't mean you can't like ask me questions still, because I know a lot of you guys come, not everyone here, but a lot of people ask me a lot of questions a lot about reels and stories and stuff. So, and I'm always happy to help and answer as best I can.
Amazing. Well, thank you again, seriously, for taking
Welcome.
time and making those
Thank
videos
you.
super helpful. All right. Well, if not any other questions, I'm gonna go. I gotta pee again. I already peed once during this, and I gotta go again.
I like drank this whole thing, so I have to pee.
I'm with you, Bales. I drank a whole one. It's like, this was my last one for today.
Awesome. Hydrated, and we learned a lot. So.
Thanks, Bales.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you again, Bailey, and have a good night, ladies.